And I think that's it. Maybe someone else, but I don't remember.
But I'll tell you, everybody was worried, was it going to pan out? Could Heatley bounce back to have a good year? Could he be the Danny Heatley of old? I'll tell you, Ron, he has. He's been great, and I mean, right now this team's playing great hockey. 104 points, sitting atop the West. Watch out for him. I mean, I tell you,
Also,
Ron's he's a huge Sharks.
Yes, I am.
So, and we're always watching the games. I mean, it's always Detroit, San Jose, regular season, postseason, whatever. We're always way into it. And I tell you, I love to give Ron crap because the San Jose team always flops when it comes to the playoffs. They can't win.
but I'll tell you what, the thing that makes them different this year is their face-offs. They control the puck. They are the best face-off team in the league. They're the top 3 guys in the league in face-offs are all San Jose Sharks players.
Okay, yeah,
if you
Ron.
can control the puck, you have a chance to win night in and night out.
Yeah, okay, I'm flat out disagreeing with you, Ron, okay? Hey, yeah, we can't score a goal, but hey, we won 80% of the faceoffs this game. No, Ron, okay? I'll tell you, you still have to, when it comes down to it, you got to score, and you got to save the puck, and you got to play defense, okay? And yeah, they are great on the power play. They're great on special teams, but I'll tell you, Ron, winning faceoffs isn't enough. When it comes down to the postseason, you have to play complete hockey, okay? Yeah, win your faceoffs, Ron, but win your power plays, win your penalty kills, win your goaltending. How do you win goaltending? You just do it. You play better than the other team, play better than your opponents, and, I mean, we have not seen it from the Sharks team. The question is Tom Wilson?
Ron Wilson? It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah,
It's
Ron
Watch the
Wilson.
Sharks. It's Ron Wilson. But anyways, I think that's going to do it for our playoff preview.
Get that.
And we're gonna move on to these guys right here, Michigan State Spartans. You can't probably see it, but our booth is Michigan State themed here. And Final Four tomorrow. How do you feel about that game?
Tom Izzo. Tom Izzo is in the building. I'll tell you, when it's March, of course now it's April, when it comes down to the March Madness, is there a better tournament coach than Tom Izzo?
No way.
He has his team ready to go. And, you look at what this team's been through a lot of adversity this year. And, second round matchup versus Maryland, Kalen Lucas, this team's all Big Ten point guard, goes down. Ruptured Achilles, he's out for the tournament. So what does this team do, Ron? They bounce back and they make it to the Final Four.
They build off of it. I haven't seen this great of team play in at least 5 years.
I agree with you, and it's been unbelievable, and it's been a great ride to watch this team. Right now they're playing great basketball. I like what they're doing. You got Draymond Green, young sophomore in there, the big guy. He's kind of reminded me of Magic a little bit. He's big, and I last game, they're sitting there playing Tennessee. Sorry, I had a little brain fart there. Tennessee, and you got Draymond Green, who's 6'7", 6'6". He's one on the point. I mean, is this Magic Johnson?
That is a big man.
I started reading the Free Press the other day, and Magic Johnson calls him Tragic Johnson. I don't know what the tragic is because, frankly, I don't think his play has been tragic at all. But there's definitely some resemblance there. And I mean, just Corey Lucius. He definitely had his fair share of mistakes. Had a couple turnovers in the last game. But he's still hitting shots, and he's keeping this team in it. And frankly, you got a guy like Izzo who's on the bench, keeping your players focused, keeping them hungry, ready to go. I think the sky's the limit for this team, and I will not be surprised to see them playing for the national title and possibly winning it. 6:07 game time tomorrow night. MSU Butler.
Who do you think they're going to play if they do win? Who do you see them matching up?
Duke.
Is it
Duke.
Duke?
I think Duke is a great team this year. They're a complete team. They play really well. They move the ball extremely well, and they're fast. They're a fast team. I think they got all over West Virginia, but you never know. I mean, as we've seen, anything can happen. Who would have thought Northern Iowa beats Kansas, Ron?
That's true.
So, frankly, I got to give it to Duke, but West Virginia could come out on top. But, I would, if my prediction right here, Thebobandronshow, April 2nd, prediction, MSU Duke, winner, MSU. Take it all the way.
Well, there you hear it. There you hear right there, our own analyst saying MSU over Duke. So I'll check in next week. We'll see if he was wrong or right. We'll talk about that. And we're going to move on to Monday's opener, Kansas City versus Detroit. It's going to be a huge, huge game. Baseball's back.
Baseball is back. Ron, couldn't you ask for anything better right now? Okay, the
Baseball.
Yeah,
the Detroit Tiger baseball.
We've seen opening days like the opening day in '03.
It snowed.
It snowed. Ron.
Yeah.
This has been absolutely beautiful weather. Okay, we got 76 degrees outside. Birds are chirping. Flowers are blooming.
Tomorrow's supposed to be a high of 80.
You kidding me? 80 degrees?
I know, it's March.
Okay, I love it. I
It's
love the
April.
weather, but I'll tell you, you know what? It's April in the D, Ron, and it's been unbelievable. Anyway, enough of the weather. We're talking about the Tigers. Excuse me for getting off track. I do that a lot. But Monday's opener in Kansas City. It's an evening game, and the one thing I like about this, Ron, is the pitching matchup. You have Zach Greinke, the Cy Young winner, versus Justin Verlander, the American League leader last year in innings pitched and strikeouts. Marquee matchup. You cannot ask for anything better. But I'll tell you, another thing to be looking for this whole week, opening week, is you got to look at young Austin Jackson and you got to look at young Scott Sizemore on this team. Two guys who are really coming in with no major league experience at all. I remember. They say, what's the best way to learn? I remember when I was a little kid, I was learning how to swim. Dad threw me in the water. You got to throw these people in the water once in a while to see if they know how to do it. And these guys are going to be in way over their heads. And I'll tell you, hopefully they come out swimming.
And they don't sink. But how do you feel about Dontrell and Bonderman, the last two in the rotation here players? It's going to be a concern. Everyone's talking about it. How do you feel?
Ron, how do you feel about it?
Well, I'm a little scared. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I'm not going to be honest. I had to change my underwear a couple times after that Robertson trade. Because I'm not going to lie. I mean, with the thought of Dontrell being in this rotation,
it gives me an anxiety disorder.
Yeah, I mean, I literally dropped a deuce in my pants. It was unbelievable. I mean, seeing Willis on the hill. I mean, he has not done it at all.
Well, the last time he pitched, he had like 8 walks or something like that. Like he couldn't even keep the ball.
Ron, we went to
plate.
We went to one of the games last year when he started, and I was sitting in the upper deck, upper reserve seats. I thought he was going to hit me with a damn pitch. I mean, this guy is wild. He's wild. It's like maybe we could do a Rick Vaughn for Major League and get him a pair of spectacles with a skull in the middle. Maybe that'll pitch. Maybe that'll be lights out. The Dontrell of old. But I'll tell you right now, I don't like it. He's got to prove something to me. And apparently he proved it to Leland in the spring training. But I'll tell you, he's got to prove it. He's got to do it fast because these Detroit fans are not forgiving. We're not going to sit here until June waiting for this guy to win 2 games. He's got to do it right off the bat. And I'll tell you, the key to Dontrell, it's all about confidence. If he gets off to a hot start, expect him to roll. The D train will roll, baby. But if not, he's sending down. And I'll tell you, we got Galarraga down there, and we have Eddie Bonine, who's in the bullpen, and he's capable of starting. So I'll tell you, his spot is not secured, and we could have a little bit of a pitching controversy, a pitching, what do you call it, Ron? A position battle.
Position battle. Well,
we could have one of those.
We've had a lot of questions emailed to us of late about Brandon Inge. How do you think he's going to be after coming off the surgery with his knees? Is he going to be healthy? Is he going to be the same old Brandon Inge we know?
Well, Ron, you and I both, we love Inge.
Favorite player.
I'll tell you, a couple weeks ago I was reading a poll about all the Major League Baseball players in the league. And who did they vote to be the best fielder? Any position, the best fielder, Brandon Inge.
That's amazing when your colleagues can vote you number 1.
I agree. I mean, I wish the people that I work with, voted me, if they had that same kind of respect. But I'll tell you, they don't. And he's definitely working for it. These aren't even his colleagues. These are his opponents.
Yeah, they are his opponents.
I'll tell you, everybody in Detroit loves him. He's a fan favorite. But the thing is that Brandon Inge, the kid's got heart. I mean, he got off to that.
Miles of heart.
To quote the Replacements, he does. And I'll tell you, this is a kid that, he was unbelievable. The guy made the All-Star game last year. Huge hot start for this club.
Didn't have such a good home run derby, but you know what, it happens.
He was there.
He had bum knees.
And, I mean, I'll tell you, his second half was just horrible. He batted under 200.
But he's playing injured the whole time. You
I
got to
know.
give him credit.
I know.
And he's better than any third baseman we would have had.
That's why I'm saying he's got heart. He played injured. He still wanted to be out there to help his team. But he's back, and he's going to be healthy. All the reports on it, Lakeland, say he's strong. He's feeling great, 100%. Tell you, if Brandon Inge can keep up that performance level from the first half of last year, I'll tell you, Ron, it could be a absolute wonderful experience, and I think he could keep going. I mean, he could have another All-Star season.
Well, folks, that's it for the Bob and Ron Show today. We are running out of time. Don't forget, Friday, we will be downtown in Detroit looking for you, asking you questions. So don't be afraid to come up to us. And thanks for the great show.
Yeah, it's been great. And don't forget, we will be back before next Friday. We'll be doing a show on Monday night. And also, if you guys have any questions, any emails, any things you want us to talk about, or any comments, just give us a little feedback on how we're doing.